The engine runs by traditional gasoline, and it's operated by the ignition of the gasoline by the spark plug. Exhaust is vented through the exhaust pipe out the back of the vehicle, causing carbon monoxide emissions. New forms of the motor have reduced harmful emissions, but not completely. The gasoline engine has been bashed for causing air pollution and ozone deterioration, and has taken smaller engine blocks to help alleviate the ever-rising gas prices.
The history of the motor engine dates back to the latter part of the 19th century. It was marked by a handful of rivals, based mostly in Germany. By the end of the 19th century, the technology was developed that set the course for modern-day engine technology. In 1876, Nicholas Otto, Gottlieb Daimler, and Wilhelm Maybach created the first gas-powered four-stroke engine. In 1879, a two-stroke engine was patented by Carl Benz. It was based on Nicholas Otto's engine design. Later, Daimler and Maybach broke away from Otto. In 1885, Daimler and Maybach created a 600 RPM engine. Later that year, Daimler and Maybach produced a carburetor. In 1886, Daimler's engine was installed in a stagecoach. 3 years later, in 1889, Daimler invented the V-slanted tow-cylinder engine. It was also a four-stroke engine. Daimler Motor and Gesellschaft sold their first car in 1892. Daimler Auto Group and Mercedes-Benz are descendant companies of these inventors.
There's two types of automotive internal combustion engines. There's diesel engines, where compression ignition uses heat from the air in the cylinder being compressed to burn the fuel. Diesel engines use the same process as the gas engine, but instead of spark plug, the fuel is injected directly into the cylinder at the top of the compression stroke. And then the fuel is ignited by the heat from the compressed air, because when air is compressed, it creates heat. Diesel engines use higher compression in the cylinders because they must rely on the heat to burn the fuel. Then there's the traditional gasoline. Spark ignition uses spark from a spark plug in the cylinder head to ignite fuel in the cylinder. Traditionally, four-stroke engine. All engines found in vehicles are four-stroke engines. They are called four strokes because the piston makes four strokes every time it fires once. The intake stroke, where air is drawn in and fuel is injected into the cylinder, either via direct injector, or it is already mixed with the air from the carburetor or throttle body. Compression stroke, the piston moves back up and compresses the air-fuel mix. Power stroke, at the top of the stroke, the spark plug emits a spark and there's an explosion, creating power and forcing the piston down. Then the exhaust stroke, the piston pushes the spent gas out of the engine through the exhaust.
The engine is used by public commuters who will utilize buses, taxis, and personal vehicles, all of which are powered by the engine. Construction workers use engines not only in vehicles, but also in some of their tools such as cranes, jackhammers, and the massive earth movers. The military utilizes the engine in most of their vehicles, such as the Apache helicopter, the M1 Abrams tank, as well as the A-10 Warthog jet fighter, and the ever-popular Humvee. The application of the engine to the civilian would entail lawnmowers, weed whackers, leaf blowers, cars, motorcycles, trucks, and airplanes.
There are a few important issues worth mentioning when it comes to the engine. First, there's the cost. The cost of gasoline and diesel has soared and almost reached $4 a gallon as of recently. Then there's the pollution. Pollution from creating the vehicles and pollution from the vehicles running. Pollution from the factories. And lots of people don't know that hybrid vehicles actually cause more pollution at the factories than the gas and diesel engines do. Then there's the pollution from the gas and diesel engines as they're driving along the road. New advancements in the engine have made this a lot less, but still not perfect.
Up until now, we've only known several engine types to be popular amongst us, but what about the prototypes that are chomping at the bit? Little know about BMW's plans to release their new diesel hybrid sports car. The new car will outrun an M3, a V8 powered sports variant of the 3 Series, boast higher fuel economy than a Toyota Prius at 63 miles per gallon, and give the look of a new generation of vehicles. But what if you aren't interested in that fast, unique sports car? You just want a family SUV with new gas-saving technology. Have no fear. BMW has also developed a similar engine for their popular X5 SUV, which will deliver fantastic gas mileage without sacrificing power. If you aren't a fan of diesel, there is also a totally new green way of getting from A to B without sacrificing the look of an ordinary vehicle. Honda has developed a successful hydrogen fuel cell vehicle that will emit nothing but pure water, so clean in fact that you can drink the water that drips out of the exhaust pipe. It's named the Honda FCX Clarity. Its goal, to be gone with petroleum, a bold move for one of the world's most popular automakers. But who better to influence the use of an alternative fuel than trusty Honda? The FCX Clarity is an electric car engine powered by combining oxygen and hydrogen within its specifically designed engine to give off energy that will power to the electric engine. Mileage, 68 miles to gallon. Price of hydrogen? Who knows?